breaking news. A little bit of breaking news. Hello, I'm Phil, welcome to my channel where I like to talk about all the geeky pop culture that I like, things like Doctor Who, things like Star Trek. I've already mentioned Doctor Who, that's what we're talking about today. Am I seeming a little crazy? We've got some news, I want to talk about the news. Okay, calm down, Phil, calm down. It's just news. It's logo news though, and very exciting Disney Plus news. So I was just browsing Twitter, as you do, happened to look on the BBC Doctor Who official Twitter account, and I noticed something. There was a new logo. Or an old logo, possibly, depending on how you look at it. Yes, the logo for the new era has been revealed, and it is the diamond logo from, like, the 70s, was it? 70s/early 80s? I can't remember, late 70s, early 80s, something like that. Tom Baker's logo, basically. It's a bit vumped up a little bit, it's got a bit of more energy to it, but it's basically the same logo that we had for the Tom Baker era. Now, if you've seen my logo ranking, you'll know that this logo is quite low down on that ranking. I think it was second to bottom, in fact. I'm not a massive fan of the diamond logo, but, well, I'll tell you why, for starters. I think it's too busy. I don't like logos with massive, complicated backgrounds. I didn't particularly like the 2005 logo either because it had a shape behind it. Prefer ones without shapes behind them. Just a preference. But why this one might be different, why I don't mind that they've gone back to this, is because it is for the 60th anniversary. And what is a 60th anniversary? It is a diamond anniversary. So to go back to the diamond logo, it just makes sense. And I've been preparing myself for it with, Russell T Davies' little emojis, diamond emojis in his Instagram posts. I've kind of been expecting this for a while. I do think it is nicely revamped. I mean, it looks really nice looking at it on the screen here. It's, got a bit of depth to it. The colours are bold. Back to the blue. We haven't had a blue logo for a while, and I really like blue just because it's the colour of the TARDIS, just feels like the Doctor Who colour. So having a nice TARDIS blue as the logo again. I've got to say, even with the diamond logo, I never minded the blue one as much as all of the orange and red one they used on all the merchandise and the videos and things. I really didn't like that one. The blue one was okay. Still second to last on my logo rankings, but okay. Much better than the red and yellow one. But this, it does make sense. What can I say? It just makes sense for the 60th anniversary. So I'm okay with it. I'm kind of hoping we get a new one with Shooties. Doctor comes in 2024, but maybe we won't. Maybe this will be sticking around for the next bunch of eras. If they were going to return to an old logo, personally, I would have preferred the Pertwee/McGann one. It's my favourite logo, but this is okay. It's fine. It makes sense, as I said, because it's the diamond anniversary. What else were they going to do? But perhaps even bigger than the news about the logo is the Disney Plus news. Anywhere outside of the UK and Ireland, Doctor Who will be premiering on Disney Plus. So, still BBC, UK and Ireland, that's where BBC is the home for it. It is the BBC's property. It's the BBC's intellectual property. They're not going to not premiere their own show. But they formed a partnership with Disney Worldwide, and that can only be good because whatever you think of Disney, they have a massive platform. They'll be promoting this on their platform, and it will get to such a wide audience through this. It's all well and good it being on BBC America in America or BritBox, wherever it has been in the past, but none of those have quite the social standing, the reach as Disney Plus does. So the fact that it's going to Disney Plus and the rest of the world outside of the UK is a potential to grow the show, grow the audience in such a new way that we've never really had before, even when it was on in America and big during because, it got quite big in America during Stephen Moffat's era. He promoted it loads in America and it grew in America and the fandom in America grew quite a lot. This is the opportunity to take it to a whole new level, and really push forward on it. Looking at the press release or the that's come out with this, we've got Disney Plus has become the new global home for the upcoming seasons of Doctor Who outside the UK and Ireland, what I just said, from 2023. Now it says under a shared creative vision. So that implies to me, the wording there, that Disney Plus might have some input into the creative vision of the program. And not that they will control it, but just that they will have an input. And that's interesting as well, because then you've got essentially three companies having an input in this. The BBC, who own the IP, Bad Wolf Productions, who are making it, and Disney, who will be airing it in the rest of the world. They'll all have their own opinions about what needs to be done. And yes, the BBC will have the final say-so, because they're the ones that own the copyright to it. They're the ones that own the intellectual property. So they will effectively have a veto. But they're not going to ignore their partners in terms of what their partners think are best. They're going to listen to them, and they might, at least listen to them and possibly enact on some of those things. So that's interesting as well, that Disney will have a say in what goes forward with Doctor Who, even if it isn't in control of it. So it also says the new episodes will premiere on the BBC and Disney Plus in 2023 in late November. Now, I think that probably means day and date, so we'll get it on the BBC and it'll be released on Disney Plus at the same time, which again is great for international audiences, because they will no longer have to wait for it to align with a TV schedule. Like when it was on BBC America, they might have to wait a whole day for it sometimes longer, depending on what they've got scheduled at that time. So the fact that it can be day and date, not even just day and date, but potentially just dropped onto the streaming service at the exact time it's airing in the UK, regardless of if that's the middle of the night in America or where else in the world, that's kind of the norm now. There's been so many midnight drops of TV shows in America on Disney Plus now that that's not even unusual. And again, it just means that nobody has to worry about spoilers leaking from the other side of the world because it's aired there first. In this connected global world, that can only be good. This is what Russell T Davies had to say about it. I love this show, and this is the best of both worlds. With the vision and joy of the BBC and Disney Plus together, we can launch the TARDIS all around the planet, reaching a new generation of fans while keeping our traditional home firmly on the BBC in the UK. Charlotte Moore, who is the BBC's Chief Content Officer, says, "We are thrilled to announce this exciting global partnership with Disney, who are the perfect partners to bring this very British show to the rest of the world. Russell T Davies's vision for Doctor Who has always been out of this world, and we are committed to ensuring that audiences across the globe get the opportunity to enjoy the Doctor's epic adventures with the scale and ambition they deserve. Joining forces with Disney will elevate the show to even greater heights and reach new audiences, so it's an extremely exciting time for fans in the UK and across the world." Now, obviously, this is not just about reaching new audiences. There's going to be some kind of money input from Disney Plus, even if it's just buying the streaming rights. That's a revenue source. But it could potentially go further than that. Maybe they are investing in the show in a bigger way, and that will increase the budgets even more. So with an outside company like Bad Wolf, who is owned by Sony, you've got Disney Plus now, Disney potentially putting in some money, you've got the BBC putting in their portion of the money. I'm really hoping that we get a really great boost in the production quality of the show, where we'll really be able to see that on screen. That just is really exciting. But what did Disney think about all of this? Well, there is a quote as well from Elisa Bowen, president of Disney Plus, and she says, "We're excited by the opportunity to bring new seasons of this beloved franchise exclusively to Disney Plus and introduce the show to the next generation of audiences in more than 150 markets around the world." That's a lot of countries, isn't it? The series is a perfect addition to our ever-growing catalogue of global content that continues to make Disney Plus the home for exceptional storytelling. So, really positive message there from Disney Plus, says president. So yeah, that's kind of it. There's a few more quotes from other people, people involved in Bad Wolf, other Disney people, other BBC people. There's a few more quotes in there if you want to go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. And other than that, it just says that David Tennant will play the 14th Doctor, that the new episodes will turn to our screens in November 2023 to coincide with the 60th anniversary, and will premiere exclusively on the BBC in the UK and Ireland, and Disney Plus everywhere else. David Tennant will be playing the 14th Doctor, not the 10th, for 3 specials, and Ncuti Gatwa takes over the role as the 15th Doctor over the festive season, so probably Christmas special returning as well. Excellent news. And to celebrate today, a new Doctor Who logo was announced, which we have already talked about. A new one / an old one. But I'm sure lots of people will be pleased because I know that's a lot of people's favourite logo. It's not mine, but I do completely understand why they've gone with it. It's the Diamond Anniversary. So what do you think about all this news? What do you think about the logo? Are you keen on them returning to the logo, or do you think they should have had something brand new? What does this mean for the collection box sets? I'm really hoping they keep with the Jodie Whittaker logo for the collection box sets just to keep the consistency. But we'll see. And yeah, what do you think about this Disney Plus news? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. It's a very exciting time. Love a bit of breaking news, as I said. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.